All right, hopefully you got through creating the artist a-okay. If you succeeded, if you go to this form and enter in some attributes and then click submit, you should be automatically redirected to a screen where you will see some details about the artist that you just created. Okay, so let's go through the actual solution now, and then we'll test it out inside of our application. Back inside of my create artist file, I'm going to take out the console log because I don't really need it anymore. Then inside of here, we need to take these artist props, or this kind of like data for a new artist that we want to create. We'll create an instance of an artist, and then we'll call save on it. And that will have the effect of inserting a new artist into our artist collection. So I'm going to say const artist equals new artist, and we're going to pass in the artist props. So the real key here to recognize, or the real tough part to understand, is that in all past situations where we've created a new instance of a record at any point in time, we were always saying something like new user and then directly passing in something like name with Joe. So the challenge this time around was to recognize that this artist props thing right here has all the data about the new artist that we want to create. And so we're passing in a variable that contains an object instead of an actual object literal inside of here. So now that we've created our instance of an artist, we can call artist.save like so. That's going to insert our artist into our collection of artists. Then the very last thing to remember is that the way in which all these functions are written, they all assume that you are going to be returning a promise that will resolve with the whatever operation. So we need to make sure that when we call artist.save, we just have to return it. This last thing on here, the return statement, again, common thread for every single operation that we're going to write. At the very last line, you're always going to want to be returning some value. Okay, let's flip back over to our application and see how we're doing. So I'm going to refresh over here. We'll wait for the really long reload time. There it is. So now we'll do Swinda Songster, age of 25 this time, 5 years active, and her genre, let's go with rock. So we'll submit. And awesome, we get redirected over to a screen with some details about Swinda Songster. Again, we're not filling out all the data inside of here. I just very purposely wanted to keep these forms that we were putting together very small so that if you had to go back and test a whole bunch, you didn't have to type in a bunch of album data every single time. We could very easily expand the forms out if we wanted to. It's really not tied to Mongo at all. I just wanted to make sure you can very rapidly test inserting a lot of artists. Okay, this looks fantastic. We're definitely inserting new artists into our artist collection. Let's continue in the next section and start working on our next query.